For all the honeys in the Hyundai. For all my dreams, you know it's alright.
Yo, what's up? This is Mammals Gaming. Who are you and what did you do today?
I'm Steven Osorio. Some of my friends like to call me Papo. I top 32 YCS Sacramento this past weekend with Snake Eye Fiendsmith.
Awesome. Let's get right into the profile. Congrats.
Alright, so starting off with the Snake Eye engine, it's just your classic 3, 2, 1, and then 1 Poplar, 1 Flame Birth. Nothing too special there. For this event, we played 2 Witch. 3 Witch just seemed a little too redundant. We had 5 copies of it with 3 wanted, so I didn't think we needed any more than this. Fiendsmith package, we just played 3 with the 1 Lurie. This was correct. As far as hand traps, we played the triple Ash Blossom, arguably the best hand trap to play, at least at 3. 3 Veiler's Nuts. We ended up playing 2 Nibiru. It wasn't 3 originally, but we didn't want to go over 43. So we cut the 3rd Nibiru for the extra Bestial, which worked out fine in my favor. Next we played 2 Ogre. 2 Ogre was very pivotal. It was just really good against everything. As far as Appaloosa, paired with Nibiru is just really good. It hits Tempo, it hits Desiree. On the off chance I play Runic Stun, it hits Fountain, which I did play, but I never drew the Ogre for it. But Ogre overall is like really good, and it also makes them play awkwardly if you Ogre them on either like Sequentia or Lacrima. So it was really good. For Bestials, we did 1 Magnemite, 1 Duraswarm, 1 Baldrake. I think 3 was fine. I drew them often enough. In the future, I might play 4. I'm not a fan of 5 copies of Bestials, but time will tell how I feel about that. But
I'm also a fan of 3. I think 3 is correct.
yeah, the number was nice, so can't complain about that. I often cited out the Duraswarm going when I was going first because it really didn't do much, whereas Magnemite obviously gets Baldrake, and starting off with Baldrake, if I'm able to leave a Witch on board, it just puts extra pressure on my opponent. So overall, really good. Even a funny interaction you could do is like after you use the Desiree negate, you could tribute it for Baldrake, and then the Desiree becomes an extra layer of interruption by spinning something back.
I mean, couldn't you also argue that with Duraswarm, IP into Duraswarm, you still have a way to clear the Flamberge with the Princess, so IP and Duraswarm still is a remove too.
Yeah.
I think that puts pressure as well.
You could, that's for sure. The only difference I think is that with the Desiree, you can at the very least recycle it. Sure, you could recycle it with Magnemite, but far easier to recycle the Desiree with Engraver.
That's fair, that's fair.
So that's it for main deck monsters. Next for spells, we did 3 wanted. Nothing different about that. 1 original, 1 temple. Nothing crazy there. We did triple bonfire, just a starter. The 1 tracked. That's as far as starters go. Now the card that I got some flack for from my teammates, but I thought it was really good, was 3 cross on the main. I figured there was gonna be a lot of mirror matches, which I played a couple in the Swiss. But at the very least, as well as when not playing the mirror, there's so many hand traps that line up with every deck. I thought it was just good. Funny enough, I was going second against a Snake Eye Fiendsmith deck, and I opened this going second. He starts off with Ash, I Veiler it, he passes with Temple, set, I think another Ash. I normal summon Ash, he goes Temple, I go cross out Temple, that ended up actually winning me the game, because I just put too much pressure on him to recover. Oh yeah, the last card I played for spells as a 1-of was Talents. Talents, I put it back into the main deck. I wasn't playing this for Nats in the main. So round 10 at Nats, day 2, I lose to Raigeki Talents, and then Raigeki Talents thrust into Talents. And I had cross out both those games. So if I had it, probably would have saved me that match. So I decided to put it back in. And it's also obviously really good to just draw if you have it. And then the last 3, sometimes. And then the last 3 cards is 3 Imperm. Nothing special about that.
This is the reason why sometimes it's not so great to draw talents.
Yeah, exactly. No, but main deck was 43 cards. It was
43?
43. Yeah, I didn't want to go over 43. I tried 46 at a regional before and some testing. I wasn't a fan. I thought 43 was perfect for me.
Yeah, I feel like 44 is probably like the average of where you want it, and the upper end rather. More than
Yeah.
45, I think you're starting to lose out on some starters and extenders.
Definitely, and especially, I wouldn't play crossouts if I was playing a higher number. I'd probably be just playing more hand traps. But I'm not a fan of it personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the main deck. I guess we'll go into the side deck right now. So I didn't want to play this card because it just felt kind of cheesy, but after talking to Vivek, shout out, we ended up playing triple Spooky Dogwood. This came up twice for in Swiss where I used it as a cross-out target against Gimmick Puppet FTK. That really saved me. And then the second time it came up, I actually used it on my own turn when I got Nibiru'd. And because of that, I was actually able to survive damage from access code, and then on the follow-up, I was able to kill. Um, so that was really good. Yeah, I mean, until Konami changes the time rules, I think this is probably just the mainstay, at least for the time being.
I mean, I think even with the amount of like FTKs going around with Gimmick Puppet, and we just saw the U-Bell one, Spooky's not that unwarranted, honestly.
Yeah, it definitely has more merit. I mean, we played this for YCS Vegas and the 3-3. It was very good then because combos took forever, and like our good friend Farouk says, all the combos take forever, so might as well gain some advantage. It's at the end of the day a resource and also puts pressure on your opponent. Also because players don't know how to play through this. Either they make a suboptimal board or they keep playing, but it's not really good in time, obviously. Next card we played was Small Charmy. I only resolved this maybe twice or three times, but the times that it did, it drew me like two extra cards, and it was just enough to push for game for my opponent getting extra hand traps and side cards. So yeah, I'd keep this at 3, at least until we get the new one. Probably play them in tandem, maybe 3 and 2, but we'll see. So a card that I wasn't playing before, I actually played this last minute because I was very scared of the Tenpai matchup because of Nats. Was Angel of Blue Tears. And let's see if I grab the 2 cards. So with this, I would grab either Different Dimension Ground or D-Barrier. Different Dimension Ground is very good into the U-Bell matchup because they can't really set up a crazy board with everything being banished. And D-Barrier just for Tenpai, mostly. You could probably play this into U-Bell as well, and then they're stuck just making links and exceeds, but it was really good. I resolved it maybe 3 times, and funny enough, I actually had people save the imperm for Beatrice as opposed to the rest of my combo, just so they couldn't get FTK'd. But yeah, the card was really good. I'd probably keep playing it.
I don't know, full combo, Snake Eye full combo is pretty much FTK anyway.
It depends.
Going back to the DDG, I think, again, to what you said about U-Bell, what makes this really good is they just can't make Phantom for absolutely free. They have to either shuffle back from hand or field, and that denies them like precious resources.
Yeah, 100%. And this is also just good into Rogue as well. Like I played round 3, I think, Sprite, and I set up this combo. I was debating between DDG and Barrier, but I saw that they were playing like the Ice Barrier cards. And I just shotgunned this, and they just scooped. They didn't have it in place.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sprite can't play through the DDG.
Yeah, it was really good. Probably keep this. So we were considering Eradicator, but Eradicator definitely felt win more, and also a lot more difficult to set up. You'd either need a Bastille Witch or Access Code, but that's just a waste of
Yeah,
power.
I think Eradicator is a fake card. I don't think he played in this.
Yeah. Along with these 2 cards, though, we also played Triple Thrust. This card was really good. I used this card a lot to bait out Desiree, which was really good because I would just end up playing the other power cards, like, funny enough, like Talents or Original. Original is really good for this. And thrusting into Original is also really good if they negated my Poplar or Witch. With the advent of Tenpai, just shotgunning Molcharmy and Shifter, I just wanted to have other cards that would help me in that matchup. So grabbing D-Bear was a no-brainer. Another target for Thrust was Duster. I just wanted some form of back row removal for anything that wasn't Snake Eye, Fiendsmith, Rogue. Yubel. I think this card is really good because it baits out the Desiree to an extent because it just gets rid of their negate. But in the Yubel matchup, it gets rid of Throne, Nightmare Pain, Gates, so further crackback. This was also a last minute addition as well, but I think this was the correct call. And then the worst card in my side deck all weekend was double skill drain. This card literally could have been anything else. Originally, we were talking about Phantasme, but I wasn't a fan of Phantasme. But I think I probably would have been better off with either 2 Phantasme or an extra talents in call by or more Bystials.
Cosmics? You don't think Cosmics would have been good?
I never needed it over the course of the weekend. It never really came up.
Except when you got anti-spell, right?
Yeah, but we don't talk about that. But yeah, that was the side deck. I think every card was good except for the aforementioned skill drain. Let's see. So 15 card side deck, of course. So for the extra deck, best token, 2024 Nats. Let's see. So we have the one Beatrice. This card is definitely gonna get hit. This card was really stupid. Just getting into combo or setting up the Blue Angel. Just really good. Fiendsmith Engine, Requiem, Sequentia, Moon, Desiree, Lacrima. All these cards are great. Desiree I made fairly often. It was really good. Nothing much to say about here. Times I won because of Lacrima burn actually wasn't that much. It was like maybe twice, but it is what it is. You always burn. Next we have just the Anima. Anima is so important. It always comes up with if you only have Poplar. I don't know how people are cutting this card, but I'm a big fan of it. Nightmare Phoenix, IP Masquerena, Friend SP, Hida, Celine, Promethean, Access, and Apollosa. I'm not a fan of siding extra deck cards. I'm more of the camp that you should have every utility card already in the extra deck, which I think actually plays into my advantage because a lot of players didn't think I would have this in my main deck, so it made them make some worse plays where this actually just pushes for game, which I did twice in the tournament. It was Access Code, really good card. Wouldn't cut it for anything else. I know some people wanted me to play Necroquip, but I'm not a believer in that card. I see the merit in it. Again, you, Kareem. But I'm not a fan of it at the moment, but that could change in the future. But other than that, I think the extra deck was fine.
Awesome. Any shout outs before we finish up?
Yep, shout outs to my friend Matthew. He helped me test for Nats with Yubel. And of course, he doesn't test with me for Sacramento. Not all my losses were Yubel. So shout out to him. Shout out to Mammals Gaming, obviously. Shout out to Vivek for helping me with the list. Very last minute. Yeah, everyone that supported me and gave me words of support over the weekend. You know who you are. But yeah, no, I'm finally happy that I could break my day 2 curse. Sucks that I lost in top 32, but like I said, the grind never stops, so watch out for more.
Alright, thanks so much. Congrats again, and subscribe to Mammals Gaming.
Yeah, let's start